Imagine this, it's 10 years from now. You wake up in a house you built with your own success. You have the freedom to do what you want, when you want, with whoever you want. You're not worrying about bills, you're not stuck in a job you hate. You're living life on your own terms, but now, let's flip the script. What if you wake up 10 years from now in the exact same place you are today? Same struggles, same paycheck, same problems. What if nothing changed? That's the reality for most people. People overestimate what they can achieve in a year, but they underestimate what they can do in a decade. And that's why today, I'm going to introduce you to the 10-year rule, a principle that the world's most successful people live by, even if they don't talk about it. You see, everyone wants success fast. They want the dream life in 6 months. They want millions overnight, and when they don't get it, they quit. But here's what no one tells you: true, unstoppable success isn't built in 1 year. It's built over a decade of relentless work, of smart moves, of sacrifices that most people aren't willing to make. This is where the weak drop off, but the winners, they commit. Let's talk about Jeff Bezos. Amazon was just a little online bookstore in 1994. For years, it made barely any money. Do you know how long it took for Amazon to become a billion-dollar empire? Over a decade of ruthless execution. Elon Musk, he didn't just wake up rich. Before Tesla, before SpaceX, he worked 100-hour weeks for over a decade, sleeping in his office, risking everything, pushing through failure after failure. Most people can't even stay consistent for 1 year, let alone 10. They try something for 3 months, they don't see results, and they give up. They jump from one thing to another, chasing quick success that never comes, and that's exactly why they fail. But if you take the 10-year rule, if you plant the seed of success today and nurture it for a decade, you will be unstoppable. So here's the question: are you willing to commit the next 10 years to build the life you want? Or will you waste another decade stuck in the same cycle? Because time is moving with or without you. You say you want success, but do you really? Because if you did, you wouldn't be looking for shortcuts. You wouldn't be looking for the easiest way out. You'd be ready to put in the work, to grind relentlessly for the next 10 years without expecting overnight rewards. But that's not how most people think. Most people live in delusion. They believe success is about luck, talent, or some secret hack that only the rich know. They believe if they don't make it in a year, it means they never will. And that's exactly why they stay average. Because here's the truth: success isn't a race, it's an endurance test. The ones who make it aren't the ones who sprint and burn out fast. They are the ones who can keep moving forward, no matter how slow, no matter how painful, for years, while everyone else falls off. Look around, most people you know will quit on their goals. They will start a business and shut it down in 6 months. They will start a diet and drop it in 3 weeks. They will hit the gym for a few months, see no results, and go back to their old habits. And 10 years later, they'll be in the exact same place, complaining, blaming others, making excuses. But the ones who win, they commit for a decade. They don't care if they don't see results in the first year, or the second, or even the third. Because they understand that every small step, every failure, every lesson is building towards something massive. You see, the difference between you and the people who are already successful isn't talent. It isn't intelligence, it isn't even money. It's time spent in the game. Warren Buffett wasn't a billionaire at 30. He built his wealth over decades of smart decisions. Michael Jordan didn't become the greatest overnight. He spent years practicing longer, training harder, pushing beyond what anyone thought was possible. And now, let's talk about you. Are you willing to go through years of failure? Are you willing to work when no one is watching, when no one believes in you, when nothing seems to be working? Because this is the real test. The moment you decide, truly decide, that no matter what happens, you will not stop for the next 10 years, that's when your life changes forever. Most people fail because they have no structure, no plan. They wake up every day hoping that success will just happen, But hope is not a strategy. The 10-year rule isn't about just sitting around and waiting. It's about designing the next decade of your life with precision and executing on it like your future depends on it. Because it does. Let's break it down into 3 phases. Phase 1, the foundation years 1 to 3. This is the stage where most people quit. It's the hardest part. It's the part where you see little to no results. The first 3 years are about building the foundation, learning, developing skills, creating a system that will sustain success in the long run. This is where you have to work the hardest while seeing the least rewards. Every successful person went through this. Amazon didn't make a profit for years. Most startups lose money in the beginning. Even athletes spend years training before they ever win their first competition, but this is where the separation begins. The people who can grind through these years, who can stay consistent even when there's no recognition, no praise, no big wins, these are the ones who make it to the next level. Are you willing to struggle for 3 years without quitting? If you are, you've already beaten 90% of people. Phase 2, the expansion years for 2-7. By now, you've built momentum. You're no longer just working hard, you're working smart. Your skills are sharp, you understand the game better. People start noticing you, your work is paying off. But here's the danger, this is also the phase where most people get comfortable. They see progress and start slowing down, that's when you have to double down. This is where you push harder than ever, because now, you're not just building, you're scaling. Phase 3, the mastery years 8 to 10. If you've made it this far, you're in a category that most people never reach. By year 8, you're no longer just trying, you're a master of your craft. You've put in so much time, effort, and discipline that success is now inevitable. This is where everything you worked for starts compounding. The money, the opportunities, the lifestyle, you now control it. But none of this happens if you don't stay committed through every single phase. Most people quit before they even get past phase 1. Most people never give themselves a decade to win. But the ones who do, they dominate. So here's the question, which phase are you in right now? Are you still building? Are you scaling? Or are you on the verge of mastery? Wherever you are, the only thing that matters is that you keep going. You can have the best plan. You can have the right mindset. You can even be willing to put in the work. But if you fall into the traps I'm about to expose, your journey will end before it even truly begins. These are the silent killers of success, the things that destroy people's dreams without them even realizing it. Silent killer number 1, the illusion of fast success. We live in a world of instant gratification. People want 6-pack abs in a month, millions in a year, and if it doesn't happen fast, they assume it never will. So they jump from one thing to another, chasing the next easy success and never actually building anything real. But here's the truth, every shortcut is a trap. Every time you chase fast success, you reset your progress. And every time you reset, you delay your real success by years. Stop looking for fast money, stop looking for the easy way. There is only one path, the long one, and the ones who embrace it, they win. Silent killer number 2, surrounding yourself with average people. Look around, who do you spend the most time with? Are they people who challenge you, who push you, who make you uncomfortable with their level of ambition? Or are they just like everyone else, complaining, making excuses, wasting time, living for the weekend? Because here's the truth, your environment will make or break you. If you surround yourself with people who accept mediocrity, you will never outgrow it. You need to be around winners, people who think bigger, who push harder, who make you feel like you're not doing enough, not in a way that discourages you, but in a way that forces you to rise higher. Silent killer number 3, quitting too early. This is the ultimate killer, and it happens every single day. People start something, they feel excited. They work hard for a few months, maybe even a year. But when they don't see huge results, they start to doubt. The voice in their head says, Maybe this isn't for me, and the moment they entertain that thought, it's over. Because what they don't realize is that the breakthrough always happens after the struggle. The most successful people in the world have one thing in common: they kept going when 99% of people gave up. So here's the reality check. Are you quitting too soon? Are you surrounding yourself with the wrong people? Are you constantly chasing shortcuts instead of staying consistent for the long run? Because if you are, you have two choices: fix it now or watch another 10 years slip away while someone else takes the success that could have been yours. Success is not about motivation. It's not about how hyped you feel after hearing a speech. Motivation dies fast. And when it does, most people fall right back into their old habits. The ones who make it, they don't rely on motivation. They rely on a system that keeps them on track, even when they don't feel like it. Today, I'm going to give you that system, the strategy that will make sure you stay committed for the full 10 years, no matter what happens. Step 1. The 10-year vision. Define your end game. If you don't know where you're going, how do you expect to get there? Most people fail because they have no long-term vision. They only think about the next few months, not the next decade. Here's what you need to do. Sit down and write out exactly where you want to be 10 years from today. Be specific. What does your life look like? How much money are you making? What skills have you mastered? How do people see you? Don't just write what you want, write why you want it. A weak why leads to weak effort, but a powerful reason? That's what keeps you going when things get hard. This 10-year vision is your anchor. When you feel like quitting, you come back to it. When you lose focus, you come back to it. Step 2. Reverse engineer your success. A 10-year goal is useless without a plan. You need to break it down. What needs to happen in the next 5 years? What do you need to achieve in the next 3 years? What does the next 12 months need to look like? What can you start doing this month to move forward? Most people overestimate what they can do in a year, but they underestimate what they can do in 10. Success is just small wins stacked over time. Step 3. Lock in your daily non-negotiables. Here's where most people fail. They rely on feelings. They only work when they feel like it. But winners? They don't care about feelings, they care about discipline. That's why you need non-negotiables, things you do every single day, no matter what. If your goal is financial success, then every day you learn, improve, and build income-producing skills. If your goal is fitness, then every day you train, eat right, and stay disciplined. If your goal is mastering a skill, then every day you put in the hours, no excuses. You don't wait for motivation, you train yourself to show up no matter what. Step 4. Eliminate distractions. Ruthlessly, most people fail because they waste too much time on things that don't matter. Social media, useless entertainment, being around the wrong people. If it doesn't move you toward your 10-year goal, it has to go. No debates, no hesitation. Success isn't about adding more. It's about cutting out what's holding you back. Step 5. Find a way to stay accountable. You are either your greatest ally or your worst enemy. And if you let yourself slack off, you will never reach the 10-year mark. So here's what you do. Find people who are serious. Surround yourself with winners who hold you to a higher standard. Track your progress, measure everything. If you're not improving, adjust your strategy. Make your commitment public. Tell people what you're going to achieve. Create pressure to follow through. There will be moments when you feel like giving up, when things don't move fast enough. When people doubt you, that's the test. That's where most people quit. That's the moment where you either give up or prove that you're different. So what's it going to be? Are you going to be like everyone else, chasing quick wins and quitting at the first setback? Or are you going to lock in for 10 years and claim the life most people only dream of? The choice is yours. Most people don't fail because they lack talent. They don't fail because they're not smart enough. They fail because they're weak in the mind. They let doubt creep in. They let failure break them. They let other people's opinions control their decisions. But the ones who succeed, they develop a relentless mindset. A mind so unshakable, so powerful, that no obstacle, no failure, no setback can stop them. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how to build that kind of mindset. Rule number 1, burn the boats. No escape, no retreat. Most people fail because they keep a backup plan. They have a safety net, a comfortable option to fall back on, and guess what? They always fall back. But the ones who make it, they burn the boats. They eliminate the option of quitting. They create a situation where the only way forward is success. You need to ask yourself right now, are you truly committed? Or are you just trying this until it gets hard? Because if you're just trying, you've already lost. The only way to win is to make success your only option. Rule number 2, rewire your brain for pressure and pain. Most people crumble under pressure. The moment things get tough, they break, but you need to train yourself to love pressure, to love the struggle. Every great success story has one thing in common: pain. Every billionaire, every champion, every legend has suffered more than the average person. But instead of running from it, they used it. They didn't complain when they failed. They studied it and came back stronger. They didn't run from discomfort. They leaned into it until it became normal. They didn't fear long hours, criticism, or sacrifice. They embraced it. You need to change your relationship with pain. Stop seeing struggle as a sign to quit. Start seeing it as proof that you're on the right path. Rule number 3, train like a machine. No emotions, just execution. The biggest difference between winners and losers? Losers rely on feelings, winners rely on systems. Losers only work when they feel motivated. Winners work whether they feel like it or not. Because here's the truth, motivation is garbage. Some days you'll wake up feeling tired, uninspired, unmotivated. That's normal, but winners show up anyway. Your success in the next 10 years depends on one thing. Can you train yourself to work even on the days you don't feel like it? Because if you can, you will dominate everyone who is controlled by their emotions. Rule number 4, become immune to criticism and doubt. The moment you start chasing something bigger, people will doubt you. Your friends won't understand it. Your family might think you're crazy. Strangers will laugh at your goals. But here's what you need to realize. Their doubts are not about you. They are about them. People who gave up on their dreams will try to talk you out of yours. Why? Because your ambition reminds them of their failure. Your job is to ignore them, block out the noise, stay locked in. And when you finally make it, they'll act like they always believed in you. Rule number 5, develop ruthless patience, the ultimate superpower. The final rule of an unbreakable mindset, patience. Most people overestimate what they can do in 6 months and underestimate what they can do in 10 years. They quit too soon, they give up right before the breakthrough. But if you commit to playing the long game, if you're willing to grind for years while everyone else looks for quick wins, you become unstoppable. Because while others get distracted, you stay focused. While others give up, you keep going, and in 10 years, you'll be at the top while they're still searching for shortcuts. Right now, you have two choices. You can stay the same, keep making excuses. Keep quitting when things get hard. Keep watching others succeed while you stay stuck, or you can flip the switch. Decide that from this moment forward, nothing will break you. Nothing will stop you, because the truth is, your mindset is your destiny. If you build a mind that cannot be defeated, success is just a matter of time. Now the question is, are you willing to do what it takes? Time is the greatest equalizer. Every single person on this planet gets 24 hours in a day. The billionaire, the broke man, the champion, the failure. So why do some people achieve massive success while others stay stuck? It's not about how much time you have, it's about how you use it. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how to master time, how to structure your days, weeks, and years so that by the end of this 10-year journey, you'll be like years ahead of everyone else. Step 1. Stop wasting time on things that don't matter. Most people waste years on things that bring zero results. They confuse being busy with being productive. Here's the truth. If it doesn't move you toward your 10-year goal, it's a waste of time, period. Time is the greatest equalizer. Every single person on this planet gets 24 hours in a day. The billionaire, the broke man, the champion, the failure. So why do some people achieve massive success while others stay stuck? It's not about how much time you have, it's about how you use it. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how to master time, how to structure your days, weeks, and years so that by the end of this 10-year journey, you'll be like years ahead of everyone else. Step 1. Stop wasting time on things that don't matter. Most people waste years on things that bring zero results. They confuse being busy with being productive. Here's the truth. If it doesn't move you toward your 10-year goal, it's a waste of time, period. Most people waste years on things that bring zero results. They confuse being busy with being productive. Here's the truth. If it doesn't move you toward your 10-year goal, it's a waste of time, period. Scrolling through social media for hours? Waste. Watching TV, gaming, meaningless entertainment. Waste. Hanging out with people who don't inspire you. Waste. Imagine if you eliminated just 2 hours of wasted time every day. That's 730 extra hours every year. That's 7,300 hours over 10 years. That's nearly an entire extra year of time just by cutting the nonsense. Most people say, I don't have time. The truth is, they just don't manage it right. Step 2. The 80-20 rule. Focus on what gives the biggest results. Not all tasks are equal. Some things move you 10x faster towards success, others just keep you busy. You need to identify the 20% of actions that bring 80% of your results. For example, if you're in business, focus on selling, marketing, and building relationships. Everything else is secondary. If you're mastering a skill, spend more time practicing the hard parts, not just what's comfortable. If you're building wealth, learn how to invest, automate, and multiply your income sources. Successful people don't just work hard, they work smart. Step 3. Win the morning, win the day. The way you start your morning controls everything. Losers wake up late, scroll their phones, and react to the day. Winners wake up early, dominate their morning, and control the day before it controls them. Here's a winning morning routine that will set you up for 10 years of success. Wake up early, start before the world distracts you. Move your body, exercise to wake up your brain. Plan your day, set your top 3 priorities before anything else. Feed your mind, read, learn, or listen to something that makes you better. Execute immediately. Get to work on your biggest task before distractions take over. If you win the morning, the rest of the day will fall into place. Step 4. Break your time into 90-day blocks. A year is too long, a month is too short. That's why the 90-day rule is powerful. Every 90 days, set a massive target and go all in on it. If you're building a business, focus on growing revenue for 90 days. If you're learning a skill, focus on going deep for 90 days. If you're transforming your health, commit to 90 days of discipline. 90 days is short enough to keep intensity high, but long enough to make real progress. And when you stack 40 rounds of 90-day goals over 10 years, you become unstoppable. Step 5. The No 0 Days rule. Never break the chain. Success is not built in one day. It's built daily. The biggest mistake people make, they stop and start. They work hard for a few weeks, then quit. They take breaks and lose momentum. That's why you need no 0 days. This means every single day, you do something to move forward. No matter how small, even if you're exhausted, you do something. Even if it's just reading 5 pages, making 1 call, or doing 10 minutes of work, you do something. Because the second you break the chain, your momentum dies. And momentum is everything. Once you build it, success becomes automatic. Every successful person has mastered the same thing: time. They don't waste it, they don't let distractions steal it. They don't leave it to chance. They take control, they maximize every hour. They stack 10 years of progress into a single decade, and in 10 years? While others are still making excuses, still scrolling, still stuck, you will have built something legendary. Now, in the next part, we take it to the final level. I'm going to show you the ultimate weapon: relentless adaptation. Because no matter how good your plan is, life will test you. The only ones who make it, the ones who can adapt and keep moving forward. No plan survives the battlefield. No matter how perfectly you structure your 10-year journey, life will hit you, unexpected problems will come. Failures will test you, people will doubt you. Everything will try to break you, and this is where most people give up. They see obstacles as signs to stop. But the ultra-successful, they see obstacles as fuel. Because here's the truth: success doesn't go to the smartest, the luckiest, or the most talented. It goes to the most adaptable. Step 1. Build a mindset that cannot be broken. The number one skill you need for long-term success isn't money, talent, or even strategy. It's mental toughness, the ability to take a punch and keep going. Because here's what most people don't realize: you will fail. It's not an if, it's a when. You will be rejected. People will doubt you, laugh at you, even try to stop you. You will hit dead ends. Strategies that worked before will stop working. But the difference between success and failure is one thing: do you keep going? Most people break at the first sign of failure. You won't, because you understand one thing: every failure is an instruction manual. Every loss is a lesson, every setback is a stepping stone. Adapt, learn, adjust, and keep moving. Step 2. The art of pivoting. Change the plan, never the goal. Most people lock themselves into one way of doing things, and when that way stops working, they quit. But the ultra-successful, they pivot, they adjust. They change strategies, but never the goal. Look at the most successful people in the world. Jeff Bezos started Amazon selling books. Now it's a $1 trillion tech empire. Elon Musk almost went bankrupt with SpaceX. He pivoted, found investors, and now it dominates the space industry. Steve Jobs got fired from Apple. He adapted, came back, and turned it into the biggest company in history. They didn't quit, they adapted. So when something stops working, don't ask, is this the end? Ask, how do I adjust and keep going? Step 3. Master the 3-second rule for overcoming setbacks. The most successful people bounce back fast. Most people sit in their failures for weeks, months, even years. But there's a rule that separates the winners from the losers. The 3-second rule. It works like this: when something goes wrong, give yourself 3 seconds to feel it. Get mad, get frustrated, but only for 3 seconds. Then ask, what's next? That's it. No overthinking. No self-pity. No why me. Successful people move immediately from problems to solutions. They don't waste time crying about what happened. They focus on what to do next. Step 4. The power of the next move. Every champion, every billionaire, every unstoppable person has one thing in common: they are always thinking about the next move. If they lose a client, they find a new one. If one investment fails, they pivot to a better one. If the market shifts, they shift faster. They never stop moving. They adapt before the world forces them to. This is how you win over 10 years. You don't just play the game, you stay ahead of it. Step 5. Become a relentless problem solver. In 10 years, you will face hundreds of problems. Maybe even 1,000s. Most people see problems and complain. Successful people see problems and solve. Every time you solve a problem, you become stronger, smarter, more valuable. Your business has a problem, solve it. Your finances hit a roadblock, solve it. Your plans fall apart, solve it. The world rewards problem solvers. Be the person who figures things out, no matter what. Every person who has ever achieved something massive has been tested. The weak break, the strong adapt. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have all the answers. You just need to keep going, no matter what. The next part, it's the final chapter. This is where we bring it all together. This is where you become unstoppable. We've gone through the mindset, the strategies, the time mastery, and how to adapt when life throws curveballs. But the final step, the final push, the one thing that will set you apart from everyone else. The moment where everything comes together and you become unstoppable. And that moment is this: your relentless focus on consistency. Step 1. Consistency is your secret weapon. You know what separates the greats from everyone else. It's not talent. It's not genius. It's consistency. Every day, they show up. Every day, they put in the work. Every day, they push forward. It's like this: if you want to run a marathon, it's not about sprinting the first 100 meters. It's about putting one foot in front of the other every single day, no matter how tired you are. The winners are the ones who keep moving, even when they don't feel like it. Even when the odds are stacked against them, even when everyone else quits. That's how you get results over 10 years. The steady, consistent work that adds up and compounds into something legendary. Step 2. Think bigger than yourself. Now that you're in the process of building an empire, the question becomes, what's the legacy you're leaving behind? Greatness isn't just about what you achieve, it's about what you create and pass on. Think about it: Warren Buffett didn't just build Berkshire Hathaway. He built a legacy of financial wisdom that continues to influence billions. Elon Musk is changing not just the automotive industry, but also the future of space exploration and sustainable energy. Oprah Winfrey didn't just create a media empire, she created an empowerment movement for millions. It's not just about reaching the top, it's about bringing others along and creating something that will live on long after you're gone. What will people say when they look at your legacy? Did you make life better for others? Did you leave the world a little better than you found it? As you focus on your 10-year plan, remember, think bigger than yourself. Your success isn't just for you, it's for the world. Step 3. The 10-year test. Will you keep going when it gets hard? This is it. The hardest test you will face in your journey to unstoppable success. Will you keep going when everything gets tough? Because there will be days when everything falls apart. There will be days when you don't feel like moving forward. There will be times when success seems impossible. But here's the truth: success doesn't come to the people who never face setbacks. Success comes to the people who refuse to quit, even when it seems like the world is crashing down. When you get knocked down, do you get up? When you hit a roadblock, do you find a way around it? When you face failure, do you come back stronger? The most successful people on earth are the ones who get back up again and again, no matter how hard it gets. This is your final test. It's not about talent. It's about persistence. If you can commit to staying on the path, no matter how rough, then the next 10 years will be your decade of greatness. Step 4. Never stop evolving. Become more than your wildest dreams. Here's one of the most important pieces of advice you'll ever hear. You must evolve. The 10-year rule isn't just about sticking to the same strategy for a decade. It's about constantly reinventing yourself along the way. If you don't grow, you become irrelevant. If you don't learn, you become obsolete. If you don't adapt, you'll fall behind. Every successful person you admire has evolved. They've reinvented themselves over and over again, learning new skills, taking new risks, and jumping into new opportunities. That's how you ensure that by the end of 10 years, you will have achieved not just success, but transcendent success. This process of evolution is the secret weapon that keeps you relevant in an ever-changing world. Stay hungry, keep learning, never settle for who you were yesterday. Step 5. Embrace the power of giving back. At the core of unstoppable success is a simple truth. Success isn't just about what you achieve. It's about what you give. As you achieve your goals, remember, the more you give, the more you grow. Give your knowledge, teach others what you've learned. Give your resources, invest in the dreams of others. Give your time, help those who need it most. When you reach the top, it's not just for you. It's your responsibility to give back, to create more success for others, to inspire, and to lift them up. Because ultimately, your legacy is built on how many lives you change. The last decade was your preparation, but now the real journey begins. The 10-year rule isn't just a strategy for success. It's a blueprint for becoming unstoppable. You've learned the mindset, the strategies, the power of adaptation. You know how to work with time, how to pivot when necessary, and how to master consistency. Now it's time to put it all together. Your next 10 years? They're yours for the taking. Make them count. Because at the end of this journey, you'll be standing where only the few dare to dream. Here we are. You've made it to the final chapter of your 10-year journey. The road hasn't been easy. You've faced challenges, obstacles, failures, and moments of doubt. But you've come out stronger, wiser, and ready to leave your mark on the world. Now it's time to reflect on the true purpose of this journey. It's not just about personal success or financial gains. It's about something bigger, something that will endure long after you're gone. What will your legacy be? Step 1. Build something that lasts. You see, the ultimate measure of success isn't how much money you have in your bank account or how many awards you've won. The true measure of success is the impact you've had on the world. Ask yourself, did you create something that will change lives? Did you build a business that will thrive even after you're gone? Did you contribute to something greater than yourself? The wealthiest and most successful people in history didn't just live for themselves. They created systems, whether businesses, movements, or ideas, that made a difference for generations to come. Think about it. Henry Ford didn't just revolutionize the car industry. He transformed the way we live and work. Steve Jobs didn't just build Apple. He revolutionized technology, communication, and creativity. Nelson Mandela didn't just fight for freedom. He changed the course of a nation and inspired the world. When you create something that outlives you, you create a legacy of influence, power, and inspiration for generations to come. Step 2. Embrace the power of mentorship. As you achieve success, remember, you cannot do this alone. Your 10-year journey isn't just about you. It's about the people you bring along with you. One of the greatest aspects of success is the ability to mentor others, to pass on the wisdom, knowledge, and lessons you've learned over the years. Mentorship is powerful. It's how you multiply your impact. You see, when you mentor someone, you're not just helping them, you're helping everyone they will impact in the future. Think about the people who helped you along the way. Who believed in you? Who gave you the tools to succeed? Who inspired you to keep going when things got tough? Your job, as you move forward, is to be that person for someone else. Give back, share your experience, lift others up. Step 3. The ripple effect. Your influence will go beyond your imagination. When you live with a purpose, when you dedicate yourself to a cause greater than personal success, you create a ripple effect. The people you help, the businesses you build, the lives you impact, they all spread out and they touch the lives of others. Every person you inspire, every entrepreneur you mentor, every community you uplift will create their own impact, and that ripple effect will continue for generations. It's like a stone dropped in a pond. The waves don't just reach the shore, they keep spreading farther and farther. Your legacy isn't just the business you build or the wealth you accumulate. It's the chain reaction of influence that will echo for years, long after you're gone. Step 4. Never stop growing. Your journey doesn't end after 10 years. By now, you should realize that success is a lifetime journey. The 10-year rule is a framework to get you started, but the road doesn't end when the decade is over. It's not about reaching the top and then stopping. The most successful people in the world never stop evolving. They continue to grow, to learn, to adapt, and to expand their influence. Look at the billionaires, the visionaries, and the leaders. They don't rest on their laurels. They keep pushing, they keep learning. They keep striving for the next big thing. Your 10-year journey? It's just the beginning. You'll continue to evolve. You'll continue to push your limits. You'll continue to grow, and each year will build upon the last. The next 10 years will be even more incredible than the first. Step 5. The ultimate test. Can you leave a legacy of greatness? Now, as you reach the culmination of your 10-year journey, there's one final test to face. Can you look back and say, I did it not just in terms of money, fame, or status, but in terms of true greatness? Did you leave a legacy that will inspire others to rise, to dream bigger, and to do more? Did you build something that will outlive you? Did you mentor and guide others to greatness? Did you create a ripple effect that changed the world? When you look back, will you know that you gave your all? That you lived a life of purpose, passion, and relentless pursuit? That's the ultimate test of success, and it's the one that truly defines greatness. Final thought. The unstoppable you, your 10-year journey has brought you here, to the final chapter, where you are unstoppable. You've learned the rules, you've adopted the mindset. You've mastered time, focus, adaptation, and consistency. You've built something that will endure, and now, it's your turn to change the world. This journey doesn't stop. This story, it's just the beginning. You are unstoppable. Your legacy is waiting. Now, go out there and create something that will shake the world. The next 10 years, they're yours for the taking. The world is waiting for you to rise. As we come to the end of this powerful journey, remember that the next decade is yours to conquer. You've learned the tools, the mindset, and the strategies that will unlock your unstoppable success. The 10-year rule isn't just a plan, it's a life-changing blueprint that can transform your future. The road ahead won't always be easy. There will be challenges, there will be setbacks. There will be days when you question everything. But remember this, every moment you choose to stay consistent, every time you push through the hardest obstacles, every time you show up even when it's tough, you are shaping your destiny. You're building a legacy that will last far beyond your own lifetime. You're creating something bigger than yourself, a life of purpose, a life of impact, a life where you become the example of greatness for others to follow. Success isn't just about what you achieve for yourself. It's about what you leave behind. It's about the people you inspire, the systems you build, the legacy you create. And in this journey, there is no finish line. You're not just playing for today, you're playing for the next 10 years, and the 10 after that, and the generations that will follow. So I want you to ask yourself right now, what will you do next? Will you keep pushing no matter what? Will you be consistent in the pursuit of your dreams? Will you use this 10-year blueprint to achieve the impossible? You have everything you need inside of you. The time is now to take the first step, and then the next, and keep going until you are standing at the summit of your success. You are capable of unstoppable greatness, and this journey, it starts today. If this video inspired you, I want you to take action right now. Don't wait for tomorrow. Start with one thing you'll commit to today. Whether it's a goal, a habit, or a shift in your mindset, take that first step now and share it in the comments below. If you believe in the power of the 10-year rule, hit that subscribe button and join this community of like-minded individuals who are dedicated to building a legacy of success. And remember, this journey isn't just about watching. It's about doing. Let's go make it happen together. Your future is waiting. Let's crush it.